Have you ever looked at someone's Instagram and thought, how is their life this perfect? The luxury dinners, the designer clothes, the expensive hotels, the effortless confidence. Meanwhile, you're sitting there wondering how one person can naturally look so rich, so polished, so attractive all the time. Well, what if I told you some people are literally being trained to look that way? Not joking. In China, there are actual programs where people pay thousands of dollars to learn how to act rich, date rich, and fit into elite society. And no, this isn't just about fashion tips or etiquette classes. This goes way deeper than that. These courses allegedly teach people how to speak like high status individuals, how to build a luxury lifestyle online, how to network with wealthy businessmen, even how to make themselves look more marriage worthy. Basically, imagine if social media, dating culture, and luxury obsession all merged into one business model. Sounds insane, right? But the scarier part is, it's working. Because modern society has created a world where looking successful is sometimes more important than actually being successful. And honestly, that's exactly why this entire thing became so popular in the first place. China's luxury culture exploded incredibly fast over the last 2 decades. Families that once lived completely normal middle class lives suddenly entered insane levels of wealth. And when that much money appears that quickly, people start obsessing over status, not just having money, proving you belong around money. That's where these so-called socialite training courses enter the picture. Reports claim some people spend over 30,000 RMB on certain classes. And the wild part is, they're not learning business skills or career development. They're learning performance. How to sit at luxury dinners, how to hold expensive wine glasses correctly, how to speak confidently around investors, how to casually mention travel, brands, or future investments without sounding awkward. Even smiling and eye contact can become part of the training. Imagine reaching a point where your personality itself starts feeling rehearsed. And honestly, the deeper you look into this world, the more dystopian it starts becoming. Because these programs aren't really selling elegance, they're selling transformation. The promise is basically, we can turn you into someone elite people would actually notice. And in a hyper-competitive dating culture, that promise becomes extremely powerful, especially now when social media has turned relationships into performance too. People don't just want love anymore. They want a partner who looks successful online. That's why these courses often focus heavily on image building. Apparently, some trainees are taught how to create luxury aesthetics for social media, what restaurants look expensive on camera, which poses give old money energy, how to take photos that feel effortless while actually being carefully planned. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. So many influencer pictures start looking exactly the same. Same Dior bags, same luxury hotels, same latte photos, same rooftop dinners, same perfectly fake candid moments. It's like everyone downloaded the exact same personality template. But this isn't only for billionaire kids. A lot of people joining these programs reportedly come from regular upper middle class backgrounds. Some are business owners hoping to enter elite circles. Some are young women trying to improve their marriage prospects. Some men join too, mostly to learn status signaling and luxury networking. Because in this environment, social capital matters almost as much as actual money. And maybe that's the saddest part. People are no longer just building careers, they're building marketable identities. Even confidence is starting to feel commercialized. And the business model behind all this is honestly kind of genius, but also incredibly manipulative, because the real product isn't the class itself. It's access, private WeChat groups, exclusive mixers, connections with wealthy circles, networking opportunities. Some trainers even allegedly brag about connections to CEOs and investors. So technically, you're not only paying to learn elegance, you're paying for proximity to power. And that changes the entire meaning of relationships. At some point, dating stops feeling emotional and starts feeling strategic. That's why critics compare these courses to a luxury version of Tinder mixed with business networking. Only here, before entering the game, you first have to train yourself into becoming the perfect product. China's obsession with wealth display has already become famous online. There's even a term for rich second-generation kids, fu erdai. People criticize them constantly, but still obsessively watch everything they do. Luxury apartments, supercars, designer collections, private shopping halls. The internet claims to hate excessive wealth while simultaneously turning rich influencers into celebrities. One viral story involved a wealthy student casually complaining about having to share a Lamborghini with his sibling, and somehow, The internet couldn't stop watching. Another rich student reportedly called supercars bad investments because they lose value, while casually preferring expensive watches and diamonds instead. That level of wealth almost feels disconnected from reality. But what's interesting is that underneath all the flexing, there's often insecurity too. Because China's modern elite class is still relatively new. Many wealthy families became rich very quickly compared to older generational wealth systems. So there's this constant pressure to prove sophistication, to prove status, to prove you belong in elite spaces. And social media made that pressure 10 times worse. Now, every outfit, vacation, relationship, and luxury purchase becomes public validation. If your life doesn't look impressive online, people assume it isn't impressive in real life either. That mindset slowly changes people. You stop asking yourself, who am I actually? And start asking, what version of me gets the most attention? That's why this entire phenomenon feels so unsettling. Not because luxury exists. Luxury has always existed. But because now identity itself is becoming manufactured. Charm can be trained. Confidence can be packaged. Romance can be strategized. And eventually, even your real personality starts disappearing underneath the performance. So next time you see someone posting the perfect luxury lifestyle online, the penthouse selfies, the designer outfits, the Michelin-star dinners, the flawless rich aesthetic, just remember, sometimes you're not looking at reality. You're looking at someone who learned how to perform it perfectly. And honestly, maybe that's the scariest part. Because if people can train their smile, their personality, their lifestyle, even the way they flirt and fall in love, then how do you know what's actually real anymore? At this point, some people aren't dating a person. They're dating a carefully built character. And maybe that's the real problem. We created a world where people feel forced to become luxury brands before they can feel worthy of love. So tell me honestly, if someone perfectly performs confidence, success, elegance, and romance, but none of it is real, would you still fall for them? Let me know in the comments section. Till then, take care.